Fake it till you make it. Only works if you know how to fake it. Hey there, kids, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, and I'm hoping that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I wanted to sit back, relax, and have a conversation with you guys about Journey Together, the most recent Pokemon set. I today just finished attending pre-release. I'm not sure when you guys will see this video. The set itself launches this coming Friday, I believe, or is it Saturday? I'm not entirely sure. Anywho, the reason I want to talk about the set in particular is because, you know, with the whole news cycle of secondary market prices for the set, the fact that boxes are over 200, and how difficult it is to even find product, there's a lot of people online talking about how the game itself isn't even fun at that price point. And there are two kind of, I don't want to call them arguments, just kind of things people say online, especially on the 4chans and other such websites. There's this kind of narrative, there we go, narrative, running around that even if it was cheaper, even if Journey Together was priced like a normal Pokemon set at $150 a box and $40-50 per ETB, that this is just a bad set and it's not fun to play. And I just got back from a pre-release, and I've got to say, this set was pretty fun. Now, a bit of background, just so we're getting all of our eggs in order. I do not play Pokemon competitively, and I hardly play Pokemon casually. Ever since I got back into collecting and trading and buying and selling Pokemon stuff, I've only ever played Pokemon under two conditions. One is for throwback events that are occasionally held at one of my local LGSs, where we just play with old Team Rocket cards or fossil cards, etc. And two is the pre-release events, which I'm extremely fond of, just because I like playing in limited environments for almost every TCG I have played. I find limited to be very enjoyable. Sealed is great, in my opinion. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think Journey Together is a very fun set for a sealed, limited experience. And if you are able to get the set, if you're able to get packs for a reasonable price, and you're wondering to yourself, should I crack this to play it? I played it today, and I found it enjoyable. That's all I really want to say. Now, I was very fortunate. My one local game store was doing a pre-release at its normal pre-release prices of $30 entries, and we were given that little build and battle box. Go ahead and grab it's this thing, the build and battle box. This is how pre-releases are done. There's a little pre-made deck in here, plus some packs, and you build a 40-card deck out of what you pull to run the pre-release gauntlet. I did not pull anything good. I pulled a Salamence EX, I believe. This thing, not that great, but it was my best card. I did not do too good today. It's whatever. But this conversation is not about how well I did. The conversation is about how fun this set seems, and it does seem like a very fun set. There are, I don't know, I feel like I played with enough diversity today to get a good idea of some of what's in the set, and I have to say, it still feels fun to play Pokemon. There's a lot of people out there who are saying that the TCG itself is just not fun to play, and that the last few sets have been unenjoyable. And some of that opinion is shaped by the price tag attached to some of these sets, and I understand that. I totally understand that for a lot of people, it's very difficult to find any kind of enjoyment in a booster box that costs $200 friggin'. But for people like me who are fortunate enough to get, you know, a quick pre-release in and just play the game and have a fun afternoon, Pokemon's still fun. The thing is, this high price point, the expensive boxes, the ludicrously expensive ETBs, the fact that you can't find product anywhere in stores, that's not going to last forever. Sooner or later, the Pokemon company is going to reach an equilibrium with demand, and you're going to see prices come down and products become more available. And when that happens, because it will happen sooner or later, the game is going to be just as fun as it always has been. I've been attending pre-releases now for over 2 years, I think. Scarlet Violet was when I hopped back in, so I feel like it's been 2 years. And I've got to say, every pre-release I've attended so far, all the cards I've played with seem fun, enjoyable, and like they're just good Pokemon cards. The game itself still feels fun, so when you see people online going on about how unfun the game is and how they're just not playing it because it's unfun and too expensive, I feel like that opinion is shaped just by the fact that it's too expensive. And I don't think the fact that it's too expensive is going to last forever. Now, what do I think about the set itself in particular? Well, I played with quite a bit of diversity today, including an all-electric deck. Some guy just pulled like all the perfect electric Pokemon and managed to build like the perfect deck. I managed to play against a guy who ran a very, very tough deck that ran Komala, a basic Pokemon I've never heard of that has a really disgustingly overpowered sleep move. And I myself had a deck that rode on the backs of Ends, Darmanitan, and a Noivern with a disgustingly powerful ability. It's got a Pokemon power where if your hand has the same number of cards in it as your opponent's hand, then you can attack for free. And its attack does 110 damage and confuses the opponent's Pokemon. That thing is disgustingly powerful. Like, really good. And you'd think that you wouldn't get to pull that off all too often since it has a number of card in each player's hand condition. But there's a lot of trainer and item cards that let you kind of mess with the number of cards in your hand just in this set. So it was a blast trying to figure out, okay, well, my opponent has 3 cards in his hand and I have 7. Am I able to whittle it down 3 before I have to attack? And what do I got to do to make that happen? And there was a lot of mind games going on. And I even had a mirror match where me and my opponent both had multiple Noiverns, so we were just taking turns knocking out each other's Noiverns. It was a blast. I didn't do that great. I lost more often than I won, but I still had a lot of fun. It was still a very enjoyable experience. I loved getting out there and playing pre-release with all the guys. And I gotta say, I would never do Pokemon, I would never play Constructed just because I don't have the time to get out there weekly and play weekly tournaments and such. But attending pre-release just once in a while, it's just very fun. So that's really all I have to say to that. This is just a quick video putting out there that, in my opinion, because people don't seem to understand what those words mean, I think Pokemon is still fun as a game, regardless of its price point. I don't think you should buy into Pokemon at its current price point, but there are clearly plenty of people who disagree with me, and more power to them, I suppose. But that's all I got for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you enjoy our little sit-down conversations, let me know by leaving a like, posting a comment, and sharing this video with a friend. Subscribe, all that great jazz, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you kids in the next one.